right. Welcome everyone. Today I'd like to show you how I make my Korean FAQ videos because I've gotten a lot of questions about those. Come along everyone, let's learn. First, let me just show you what the whole setup looks like. I can scribble anything I want and it will show up kind of like it's glowing. The way this works is actually very simple. Let me show you. Here is the setup that we have. What this is called is a Lightboard. This one I made myself for about a total of $130 with supplies that I found on the internet and my local hardware store. Let's put this back here. So one thing I should note is that I am not writing backwards. I'm just writing forward on here. I can't write backward, or can I? Maybe I can. I flipped this in my editing program, which I'll show you next. Despite this being very black in the background, this room is definitely not dark. I have many lights. I have one light directly above my head right here, which gives some light to my face. I have two lights, one off to the side on each angle. The way it works is you have a piece of glass. Now this isn't glass. What I'm using actually is plexiglass, because it's much cheaper and lighter. Plexiglass has some problems. There are little tiny scratches all over the plexiglass which show up as soon as you put light through it. These kind of things, they kind of show up as little stars on the video. And you wanna minimize those by cleaning, and it takes a lot of effort to clean. For cleaning, I use microfiber cloths. This is the only way to get plexiglass clean. So you have to use special glass cleaner, or in this case, I use Novus acrylic cleaner. These work great and it makes the board as clean as it can possibly get. When you wipe it, it'll make these disgusting smears. That's okay. You go over it once more with a clean part of the microfiber and just kind of buff it out. So there's a lot to this and I spent several days getting it set up, but let me show you some of the specifics that you should know. In order to make this light board, what you do is you attach a LED strip, so a white LED strip. They sell these on Amazon for about $10. Actually, I taped it so it doesn't move, but you don't have to tape it. You can just place the glass over it. And what this does is this light goes and fills the glass. You can see here exiting the tops and the sides, and that illuminates anything that you draw on the board as long as you're using a bright marker. These are Expo Neon. I found they work much better than just using a regular marker. In my opinion, the trickiest thing for using a light board though is to get it to stand up stable. I've actually cut two pieces of wood, which I attached to the glass using these clamps, as well as L-shaped brackets so that it doesn't wobble too much on the ground. Another thing to note is that despite this appearing completely black, it's quite light. So you want a lot of light, but only light going behind your board. If you have light coming from the front of your board, the light will reflect into your camera. Also, what I have is I hung a piece of black fabric behind me. So I did that, as well as, this is like the darkest video I've ever filmed now, as well as I blacked out the curtains completely using a bunch of black foil. The room is completely dark except for where I'm filming. I'll put a link to the specific acrylic sheet that I got on Amazon. It was about 50 something dollars when I bought it at the time. It works quite well. So I want to talk a little bit about camera settings. So one thing is you really want to have a high aperture, because a lower aperture, I'll show you what I mean. Let me go down to 3.5 aperture. This shows kind of everything in the room. You can see how not black the background is. You can see how bright the room is. You can see the many more imperfections on the screen. But as I increase the aperture, here I'm going on my camera to 10, and this will be different on yours, a lot of those imperfections go away. So next I want to show you how I actually edit this. So I'll do a proper video on just how I do editing later, but basically for editing, I use a program known as Vegas. I put the video file into the computer. All I do with it is I mirror the video. This is before and then after I mirror it. All I do is I flip the video around in my editor. There's nothing else technical about it. And then for when I edit, I just sync up my audio, which I record with my recorder, along with the video, and that's pretty much it. So I'm only going to be doing these sort of behind the scenes videos every once in a while because they're not really related to learning Korean. But I did want to show you guys a little bit of how I make the videos that you see. So thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later. Feel free to leave any other questions you have or comments. If you're interested in building a light board, I'd be more than happy to help you out with it. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Now I'm going to turn this off and upload this video, which I have to now edit.